Hello YouTube. Tonight I'm going to talk about triggers and things that kind of set me off and raise my anxiety levels and kind of bring on the symptoms of my other mental illnesses. First, number one for me is I'm kind of a creature of habit. I need things. This is kind of, I don't know if I have, it's kind of more OCD related, but I've never been diagnosed with OCD, but I have to do everything the same way. It's probably anxiety more than anything else, and control. I have to do everything the same way, otherwise it gets me all out of sorts. And like if I go to the convenience store to buy drinks or cigarettes or what have you, I have to park in the same place and make sure the same guy's working and go through the same order and everything else. And it's kind of it's a little bit frustrating and annoying, but it's just the way I operate. I am better now than I used to be. I mean, there was a time when if I couldn't park in my normal parking place or what have you, I would not go in. I would literally sit and wait until the pieces were all the way I wanted them to be. But now these days, thanks to my therapist and a lot of hard work, I am able to go park in different spots and go to different stores and things like that. One of my things was I used to be really a recluse. I hated going out. I couldn't stand it. Just going to the grocery store was like getting teeth pulled for me. And my therapist actually, way back when, had me, I'd see her once a week then because I was doing pretty rough. But she would have me actually go to the grocery store and just walk around, starting at 10 minutes, and we worked our way up to 20 minutes. Adding on like 2 minutes a week. I would time it on my cell phone, and I would just walk around with a cart, and I wouldn't walk up to complete strangers and strike up conversation and tell them my life story, but I would, acknowledge people, smile, nod, say hello, things like that. And it was really tough at first, but after a while, it got easier, and now I'm to the point where I really don't have much of a problem with it. Triggers. Now getting back to triggers, things that trigger my anxiety are disorganization and chaos. If things are, if it's kind of like a cluster, the word I want, going on, I get all wound up. I don't like a lot of people, a lot of anything. I like, I like to be kind of in my own little world. And, again, I've gotten better at dealing with it, but I still really don't like it. I prefer to be down here alone in my office and just do my own thing. Another trigger that I have is, kind of animals. Not necessarily, like older dogs that are like mellow. They just kind of come up and give you a sniff and lie down and mind their own business, don't bother me. But things like puppies and high energy dogs, like my brother has a French bulldog that's probably 16 weeks old. And they take him everywhere like he's a child, and they bring him over here, and it stresses me out, because he's running around, and, it just makes me, raises my anxiety levels tremendously. But I deal with it, and, that's just it, Another trigger I have is people yelling. Like my dad in particular is a yeller. He yells about everything. You can't have a conversation with him, you have a scream fest with him, and, that actually my whole life that's really bothered me. And that still does to this day. When he starts to yell, I try and escape. I either run for my room or run for down here, and I try and get away from it as fast as I can, because that just puts my shoots my anxiety through the roof. Again, I just get, and that brings on the schizo symptoms also. I start to, my reality starts to get all twisted and skewed when I'm in that kind of situation for an extended period of time. How I deal with these triggers? Well, working with my therapist again over the years, she's basically, taught me, it's almost like, how to get over your fears. If you're afraid of spiders, you got to deal with spiders. You're afraid of heights, you got to go somewhere high and just suck it up and take it. When mental illness and triggers is a little different than that, because it can be kind of dangerous. Things can set you into a tailspin, and you can just totally go off the rails. But Basically what my therapist, Dr. Rosenberg, had me do was put myself in situations where I was still in control, but yet I would have to deal with these triggers, and deal with them slowly for a minute or two at first, 5 minutes, and the longer you do, the more you do that, the longer you deal with that, the easier it gets. I'm not going to say it's not still, some days it's still a struggle, other days I can just, block it out and keep on keeping on. Like I said, now I do much better. I do the grocery shopping and stuff for my parents, and I go into the store. It's still, my anxiety level still goes up. Don't get me wrong. I still get very anxious, but I'm able to cope with it and to deal with it, and to function, and get through it. Kind of muscle through it. But other than that, the best thing I can say, and now I'm not a medical professional or anything like that, definitely consult your physicians or doctors before, taking what I say to heart. But, just from my experience, the best way to get over these triggers and get through these triggers is, again, to slowly expose yourself to them in a situation where you still somewhat maintain control. Because that way, you, like I said, you're in control of the situation. When you've had enough, you can stop it. You can walk away, so that way when you do get into a situation where you're not in control, you'll be able to better tolerate it, and it won't be quite as trying on you. I think that about wraps that up. Again, I am feeling better. I've been pretty busy, so I haven't done a video now in about a week, but I've been pretty busy, so hopefully my schedule will calm down a bit, and I'll be able to start doing daily videos on just also a different variety of things. Like I said, this channel mostly is about mental illness so far, but I want it to be more of a lifestyle channel, kind of me and how I live my life, and maybe some things that might help other people, especially those who suffer from mental illnesses, have a better quality of life. And also maybe I'll get a chuckle every now and then out of something I do or say. So anyway, I hope everybody's doing well. Spring is almost here, thank goodness. We had a couple 75-degree days here in Connecticut last week. It's beautiful. It's nice not to have to wear a coat and hat out. And fortunately, this year we only had one real miserable snowstorm. So we got lucky, and now I think we're through the snow window, and now it's just a matter of waiting a couple more weeks until the weather really gets beautiful. But anyway, I hope everybody's having a good week. Have a happy, safe St. Patrick's Day. And I will speak to you all soon. All right, shrug out.